evening. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. For weeks now, the language debate has dominated political discourse in Tamil Nadu and triggered a bitter war of words between the central government and the ruling DMK in the state. Taking it one step forward, the state government dropped the official rupee symbol from the Tamil letter and replaced it with the Tamil letter Ru from the state budget papers. The state budget is going to be presented for 2025-2026 and Chief Minister of the state, K Stalin, shared a teaser for that state budget. He did so on social media. He added the hashtag Dravidian model on it. So far, there has been no response formally from the state government on why they felt the need for this particular swap. But the DMK has been saying that for them, Tamil comes first. Now, legally speaking, this logo change is on paper. It's only on the state budget documents. So it's just a symbolic gesture and not really unconstitutional is what many experts say. But questions arise over the kind of tone that the DMK is taking, the subnationalist tenor that the DMK seems to be treading on. Have they taken it too far this time around? That's what many are asking, including the BJP. Has the state government, in its fight of protecting linguistic identity, treaded too close to comfort? Before we get into that and get the answers to that from our panelists on Plain Speak, let's give you some context. Now, this move by the DMK government is ironic because the rupee symbol was adopted by the UPA government. It's not something that has come to the fore now. Remember, this happened in 2010 when the DMK and the Congress were both in alliance. DMK was a part of the central government when the rupee symbol was adopted. The man who designed the symbol, Uday Kumar, is a Tamilian. He, in fact, is the son of a former DMK MLA. Uday Kumar was born near Tiruvannamalai and raised in the capital city of Chennai. He's born and bred Tamilian, and yet there seems to be a problem over a symbol that was designed by him. Kumar won the contest to design the symbol back in 2010. He was among 4 other contestants that were being considered. DMK and its leaders now seem to be on a warpath with the central government. The BJP is asking, though, how far the Dravidian party is willing to take this fight. It was one thing to blacken railway boards, quite another to take off a national symbol. Because as far as the central government is concerned, the rupee symbol is not just something that we see on our currency notes, but it's also a national importance. It's a national symbol, as is stated on the government website. What will the government of the DMK of the Tamil Nadu change next is the question the BJP has been asking. The currency symbol is a national identity. If that can be replaced, what will Stalin replace from here on? The national flag or the national bird? That's a question the BJP was asking. Will it be national anthem or the national emblem next? Will the DMK take objection to this as well? That's a question that the DMK so far has not come out and answered, because all they have said is that for us, we do not want Devanagari or the Hindi script on this one particular document, which is why we've made the change. Now, Tamil Nadu's opposition to the Hindi language isn't new. Like I've been saying, at least in the recent past, in the last few weeks, this has dominated political discourse. But as far as a political movement against Hindi is concerned, that has been on since the 1960s. Over the last few months, this debate has been taking new twists and turns because K Stalin has now decided that he is going to be leading this war against the central government. It started as an opposition to the 3-language policy in the national education policy, which the state government and the chief minister has outrightly denied to implement. It soon snowballed into a full-blown language war. We then saw signboards across railway stations in the state that were smeared with black ink. DMK functionaries, DMK supporters were all involved in this. Now, whatever may be your sentiment, but vandalism is not allowed as per the law. It is a crime. Was it punished? We don't know just yet. Stalin even accused the language Hindi of swallowing other languages across North India, triggered another big debate. The protests even reached the national capital. We saw DMK members of parliament cornering the government both inside and outside the parliament. They said that the NEP only wants to impose Hindi via a back door. And if that was not all, today, what the BJP says is the last nail in the coffin, to say the very least. Replacing the rupee symbol, they're playing with national interest and with national sentiment. Of course, that's a charge that the DMK outrightly denies, but the political war of words continues. So we here on Plain Speak want to ask, is this mere symbolism by the DMK government, or is this an attack on the idea of India?
The BJP tries to trivialize the entire issue by just saying, see who is studying the third language.
They are not taking it willingly. They have joined the CBSE board. There is no option except to study the third language.
I believe today what the DMK has done, trying to replace the Indian rupee symbol, is the last straw on the camel's back, on the language war. They've taken it too far, and probably they have entered into a zone from which there is no coming back.
These two parties have divided the trying to divide the country in the name of South and North, in the name of Hindi and other language. I think this is nothing but diversionary politics, diversionary tactics of both the Kerala government and also the DMK government.
Let's open this up. Narayan Tirupati, Vice President of Tamil Nadu BJP, is with us. Pudharao, political analyst. Syed Asad Abbas, also a political analyst, with us. And Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, join us on this panel. But Pudharao, let me ask you this. Now, the DMK has been saying that for us, Tamils first, which is why we've decided to change this on this one piece of document. But does it look like the DMK government in Tamil Nadu is going to stop at just that, or are we going to be seeing a spree of changes?
See, as long as I imagine, I'm not authorized to speak for anyone but for myself. I imagine as long as the law is not violated, anybody can do anything in this country. It may displease me, probably it does displease me to see disharmony anywhere, but still it is not a violative of the law. It is not a symbol of mention in the constitution. It is under the RBI Act that the rupee is guided or, owned by the Reserve Bank of India. Therefore, yes, it does look surprising as looks as something is taken away. If you want to read it that way, it is bad. If you want to take it casually, be mature, and then find out what's going to happen next, what one should do, the central government, particularly to bring down the temperature. I would like the temperature to be brought down whenever there is a disharmony. There's no point in saying, I am right, you can't do this. They will do it. If it just doesn't mean that what I believe in, my friends should believe in. How to tackle it? It's the central government.
But who increased the temperature as far as this particular instance is concerned? Because this change, the budget hasn't even been presented. There was just a teaser that K Stalin put out on social media, and that change was very visible. Just last year, as we are showing for our viewers also, just last year the rupee symbol stayed there. But now the DMK says that we have objection to the Devanagari script because there is an attempt to impose Hindi. So why is it that we're suddenly seeing this kind of sentiment being whipped up by the DMK?
I would imagine it's a continuation of what they're doing, raising their demands for various things connected with the Tamil language and the new education policy. And I would also imagine that there was an occasion a few days ago in Parliament to bring down the temperature. It didn't happen. Instead of that, you said this, you did like that, you take it or leave it, that kind of thing went, and naturally there is a reply. Now my friends, Mr. Tirupati and others may not agree. Unfortunately, it takes two hands to clap and make a noise. And I would still say, there's no point in saying they're right, they're wrong, they can't do it. They will do it. There's no law against it. There's no law against it. If they want to do it, they'll do it. And therefore, it should be, as I stress again, in the national interest, in the country's interest, between the federal government, central government rather, and the state government. There should be good relations, and who should take the first step in this situation? I think definitely I would find nothing wrong when the central government says, let's discuss the NEP. It's not a question of riding a high horse. A minister is there only because of the constitution. If the minister goes, nobody will care for him, or a chief minister for that matter.
Sure, therefore, but it seems like it has gone way past the NEP, isn't it? But sure, but Narayan Tirupati, it's the centre's adamance as far as the national education policy goes is what the DMK says, which is why we're seeing these string of events take place, and this is just one of those. Legally speaking, they're not in the wrong, so why create a hullabaloo over it is the DMK's allegation.
See, it is not a question of adamancy. The adamancy is from the DMK, the Tamil Nadu government, because more than 50% of the Tamil students are studying 3 or more languages in Tamil Nadu, and in many schools owned by the DMK first family itself. They teach 3 languages or more in their school itself. So that is why we say, why you discriminate the poor government school students? But what happened today is just laughable, immature, and it's very silly. In fact, as per my president's words, the stupidity to the core. It is definitely unwanted, uncalled for, unnecessary tweet what Mr. Stalin had tweeted. See, you can't, try to divide this nation like this. And this is really laughable. Why this childish behavior? Because you have been exposed. The DMK has been exposed in the last 2 weeks. They wanted to promote a two-language formula, which the BJP exposed it very clearly. Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan exposed it, how they actually wanted to sign the MOU, and then they backtracked. This we exposed, and we also came out with the proofs that these people are, teaching three languages in their schools, and how discriminative they are with the government school students, poor government school students. So now Mr. Stalin wants to hype up this delimitation. That also failed, and suddenly he now comes with a different tone. This is because they want to hide the failure of the DMK government, the deteriorating law and order, and the crimes against women and women children, and the falling economy of Tamil Nadu, and last the raid, the search by the enforcement directorate in Tasmak. This is the highest thing. So they want to hide everything from the people of Tamil Nadu. So they are trying to instigate the people of Tamil Nadu by all the by instigating the sentiments of people by language, by now he has started yesterday. He started saying about saffronism. So by language, by religion, somehow calling for states' rights. Somehow Mr. Stalin wants the people to forget about their sins they have done in the last 4 years. That is why they are doing this. We are ready to take on them. How we expose them in the three-language policy, we will expose them again, because this rupee was designed by their own person, DMK's MLA son, and it was well appreciated and well taken by Mr. Karunanidhi. He had felicitated that person, and it was done during DMK, which was a part of Congress rule. What is this?
And it was a part of budget documents until last year. It's changed only now. But Saida Sadapaz, as far as other Dravidian parties are concerned in the state, or even the Congress is concerned, all of this, like Mr. Narayan Tirupati was also pointing out, the symbol came into being when the Congress was in power, when the DMK was with the Congress in the UPA at the center. So is there more to this move than just try and send a message to the people of Tamil Nadu or to the center?
Poonamji, you're absolutely right on the fact that, yes, this did come in during the Congress government. It was the United Progressive Alliance when this happened. No doubt about it. The fact of the matter, let us understand that even Adarniya Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, Narendra Modi ji, when he was in Tamil Nadu, he spoke of the great, rich Tamil tradition, culture, language, heritage, so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, I also remember him narrating words of Thiruvalluvar's Thirukural, Selvathul Selvam Sevichalam, Achalam Salvatulalam Talai, which are great words. There are no doubts about it. Tirupati ji also hand on heart will agree with me that Tamil undoubtedly is one of the most ancient and rich language and cultures in the world. There are no two ways about it. So we have consequently seen it, be it the DMK government ruling, even in the times of Jayalalitha, they've taken that importance of the language beyond Hindi or any other language. This has been sacrosanct for several decades, I would say, even during the time of great Dravidian leaders like Periyar. But the fact of the matter is, where I agree to disagree with my dear senior friend Tirupati ji is, an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. Let us understand that even the central government needs to take a lot more initiatives. We as an Indian democracy, we are a federal structure. The state and the union central government needs to come together for a solution. If DMK is only going to stick with its viewpoint and the Bharatiya Janata Party, let me go back to what Dharmendra Pradhan ji also said. No doubt, even he praised the great Tamil culture. But let us understand, according to the SSA funding, several crore rupees has not come to Tamil Nadu. Why? So
Why?
yes, the reason is out there. Because non-implementation of the national education policy. As per national education policy, two native languages and one, of course, English language has come through, which Tamil Nadu vehemently, time and again, has not been able to do under any government, so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is, I humbly plead to Tirupati Garu, that kindly take a step ahead. I think the union government, Dharmendra Pradhan ji, needs to come together. Amit Shah ji also, Narendra Modi ji also has spoken greatly of Tamil culture. So therefore, there has to be a dialogue, there has to be a communication.
Sure, but it
Otherwise, in
doesn't
which
look
front?
like either sides are open to that communication, because even the state government has gone on to say that we will not implement this period. This despite the NEP not mandating Hindi as a third language, and yet the state government says that we will not implement a three-language policy, even though several other southern states have implemented that. But before I get in, Shekhar Iyer, a quick rebuttal, Narayan Tirupati. This all started because the education minister went out and said that your funds will be withheld until you implement NEP.
Yes.
No, see, they're totally
Several
wrong.
crores.
Samagra Siksha is a system, it's a scheme where funds was given, allotted for a specific reason. Computer labs and the computer appointment of computer teachers. The state government had got these funds from the central government, but they have not established any labs or they have not appointed any computer teachers. In fact, 60,000 teachers, computer teachers, BEd, people are striking. This is happening for a very, very long time.
But that's not what Dharmendra Pradhan, the education minister, said.
Wait. See, they are confusing Samagra Siksha and the PM scheme. I have to tell you that PM Shri, as far as PM Shri is concerned, PM Shri, they have said that we will enter into a MOU very shortly. That's one. They have requested money for. See, when you write that and you ask for money also, it means that you are committing yourself. And then suddenly you take a U-turn and say, we will not do it. So, as far as Samagra Siksha is concerned, it is meant for a specific purpose. And the same thing, PMC is also meant for a specific purpose, 14,500 schools. And you know very well that it is for pan-India, 14,500 schools. For Tamil Nadu alone, you cannot have a different strategy or a scheme, and for other states. This is it. And number two, my dear friend was saying, before in 1960s or 70s, there were no schools in Tamil Nadu teaching three languages. But now, after DMK came in 1967 and after DMK's rule in 2009, there are 1,635 schools in Tamil Nadu, CBSE schools, for which the NOC was given by DMK. We have to understand this. And the Tamil Nadu is the third highest, next only to Delhi and Haryana. So, these people, they teach Hindi and other languages in Tamil Nadu, which they own. And they will discriminate the poor government school students. This is what your policy is not for Tamil Nadu. Your policy
so it's about which side of the aisle you speak to,
students.
and that's where the narrative changes. But Shekhar Iyer, as far as this entire controversy is concerned, and I don't mean by just this one particular rupee symbol changing today, but this entire language war debate that has been going on for at least the last 2 weeks or so, do you think this is all keeping in mind elections next year? We're less than a year away from when the state is going to be seeing elections.
Absolutely, Poonam. You can see the strategy because the elections are just a year away, and they feel that this is a very good emotive issue, and this is a time-tested tool of the DMK. See, right from 67 onwards, whenever they have been in kind of a soup, as they are now because of, enforcement directorate raids, corruption charges, and man on the street feeling the pressure of corruption. Even to buy a packet of liquor from the TASMA, the government-run shops, they have to pay extra money. This is the kind of corruption everybody is facing. And you can see the strategy. You see, the whole idea is that they have to play both the cards. They must show to the people, to their voters, that they are prepared to offend the center, at the same time play the victim card. So you will constantly see this victim card coming out, then effort in like this to show that they can even offend the center. In fact, they want the center to, come out with some kind of an outrage so that they can say, look, we are playing this card. Well, this is a game that is going on, but the whole big question is, see, none of the allies, the national allies or the opposition allies of the DMK in the India alliance, they will be willing to be party to this, number one. Number two, the big question is, can an issue like this or even delimitation, which is nothing has happened on it. First, you must have a census after 2026. Then there should be a delimitation commission. But Stalin has already, upped the ante, and the big question is, can this be sustained next 12 months? So how to go about it? So you will see these actions like this, which doesn't mean anything, because in Tamil media, in Tamil newspapers, in the rubai is written in this form only, not in the other form. So this is a very common thing. I mean, this is no big deal there. But this is a way you can show to the national media and to the central government, look, I can offend you. And I want you to get offended and do something so that I will get sympathy. See, that's the thing. But I don't think the center is going to fall into this trap. But definitely, I don't know whether Stalin realizes DMK is facing lack of public support from in other states. And also growingly, there is a feeling that DMK is deliberately indulging in a game which is alienating the state and its people from the rest of the country. Because that is not the mood in Tamil Nadu today. There are more and more people learning Hindi, more and more people who feel that learning a language, of course, it's another argument that people don't study another language in the north. See, that should not be a problem of the people of Tamil Nadu, no? I mean, this is the first time in the policy, it doesn't insist on Hindi, whereas the 68 policy.
Exactly. So back then when the DMK and other Dravidian parties had an issue with the three-language policy or with the national education policy, there was a reason to it. But now there is no merit to it because nowhere in the policy document does it say that the third language or the second language should be Hindi. It just says that one needs to be English and the other two need to be Indian native languages, could be any that you want to pick. But Shekhar Iyer, as far as this change of the rupee symbol is concerned, the DMK says it's only the Devanagari script that we've done away with and it's just one document. What's the big deal? But do you think this also treads somewhere on subnationalism? That's something that they're risking or playing with?
Well, the attempt is because the DMK is also guided by the parent organization Dravidar Kazhagam, DK, which strongly believes in Tamil nationalism. But then Tamil nationalism, died with the collapse of the Tamil Tiger movement in Sri Lanka. But now and then efforts are made, somehow to whip it up, to show that, that Tamil Nadu is different from the rest of the country. Tamil culture is different. Even the worship of Shiva in Tamil Nadu is different from the worship of Shiva in the north. See, all the time searching for an identity. Well, there is a Tamil identity, no doubt. But there is also the richness of Tamil culture and Tamil language. But here the attempt is politics. Because without this, I think there are so many anti-incumbency issues which is bothering the Tamil Nadu first family, I mean the DMK family, Stalin and his son, because he has to, the whole idea is to, after this 2026 election, it will be Udayanidhi who will become Deputy Chief Minister if the DMK wins. And let's not forget, the name Karunanidhi, Udayanidhi, these are all Sanskrit words. These are not original Tamil words. Dayanidhi means a complete treasure of, compassion. So, I mean, you say, and Stalin has an English name. Is he going to change his name? I mean, this whole thing is getting little, I think,
Pull it out.
Point,
is this all getting out of hand? Is this, like I said, many would say it reeks of subnationalism. You're trying to create this entire separate identity. You're wanting to alienate the people of the state. It perhaps serves political ends of what the DMK wants to say, but is it really the right thing to do?
I don't know whether this is going to fetch electoral gain for DMK, but definitely I always wonder why Tamil Nadu BJP rushes into such issues that is not necessary. Having said that, you see, now the central minister who started all this controversy, he has boxed himself into a corner. He can't step back. He can't now say, let's have a discussion. Let us see if there's some common ground. He can't do that. It is now.
No, you have not heard. You have not heard what he said. He said time is there till 31st March. They have not come. What is this? Mr. Pularao, you are a senior person. You can't hide the facts.
No, you can speak when your turn comes. What's the point of shouting here? You're a senior.
No, I'm not shouting. I'm just requesting you.
Okay, you can say it after I finish. Why spoil my train of thought? You say it. We're happy to. I'm happy to listen. See, the main thing is this has become political. You have to solve political riddles. You can't go on like this. You can't take these mock stances on nationalism. It doesn't pay. Central government must be very flexible, very, very, ready to talk it over, ready to take everybody along. Not as Mr. Iyer said, they shouldn't fall into the trap. As he has rightly pointed out, that they shouldn't widen this chasm. Where will it lead? It's already used in the Tamil language, that is rupee symbol. And perhaps he has made his point, Mr. Stalin, and he has brought The
But will he
differences
stop
also-
at that? That's the question that many are asking his political rivals and, of course, the people of Tamil Nadu as well. And we'll find out sooner than later, because every single day we are seeing the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu take a stance that is in complete contradiction to the central government. And he's doing that for a reason. He seems to be on a war path that leads to the electoral battle next year. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. I have to thank you all for joining us here on this edition, so we have to leave it there and slip into a very quick break on this edition of Plain Speak. But on the other side, we'll get you details of the Pandora's box that Rania Rao's arrest seems to have opened. That deep investigation has laid bare the entire gold smuggling racket, and we'll tell you exactly how she managed to get in 14 kilograms of gold from Dubai to Bengaluru before she was caught.